Hello everybody, this is going to be a video about the challenge section of Starcraft 2. Now, for some of you who don't have the game, may not even know what the challenge section is. Well, under the single player, you have versus AI, you have the campaign, and then you have these 9 missions that are called the challenge missions. And what they do is they're good sort of training type or practice missions to help you get into the multiplayer. They teach you things such as counters and how to micro your units and how to use hotkeys more efficiently. There are 9 of them, and there are 3 achievements that you can unlock for each of them, bronze, silver, and gold, and that you can unlock for each of them depending on how well you do in that mission. So for this video, I'm going to show you the For the Swarm challenge, and I'll show you what it is, how you play it, and how I got the gold medal. So in this mission, there are 3 rounds. In each round, there are 3 wings of the mission. You are given a force of, in this case, Zerg units, and what you have to do is you divide them up between these 3 spires, each of which you have to defend. And your goal is to protect the spire and kill all of the Protoss units that are coming your way. If you just complete the mission, you get the bronze medal, and if you complete the mission while losing 20 units or less, you get silver, and if you do so while losing 10 units or less, you get the gold. So what you have to do is decide which units would work best against which of the enemy Protoss units. And so you have to choose the most effective counter against the enemy unit. So what I am going to do here first is bring over my Zerglings towards the Immortal, my Ultralisks towards the Colossi, and my Hydralisks over towards the Void Rays. Now the other thing this challenge does, besides teach you counters, is teach you, if you're trying to get gold or silver, how to micro more efficiently and how to keep your units from dying. The other thing I'm going to do really quick in this video is something I learned just about the For the Swarm challenge, is you can pop out your infested Terran into one section, and then you can move your infester into a different area, and then start the round right away. What'll happen is the infested Terran will still be here, and when you get to that other section, your infester will have full mana, or full energy. So anyhow, I have my Ultralisks, as well as these infested Terran, which had come in because of what I did over there. This section is fairly easy. Your Ultralisks, 4 Ultralisks should have no problem killing off those Colossi. And for this one, you're going to want to put your infested Terran, your infester, into this top section, and it's very, very easy. All you have to do is use the Neural Parasite ability on this single Immortal, and then that's it. You're done pretty much. You can just send the rest of your Zerglings to do friendly fire against your Immortal. And this is by far the easiest section to complete. Finally, you have the Hydralisks against the enemy Void Rays, and this is arguably the hardest one. What you're going to have to do is you have to burrow Hydralisks once they reach low health in order to keep them from dying to get the gold medal. If you're just going for bronze, you can just attack them, focus fire them, and you should be okay. If not, you're going to have to look at the health, and when they're at low health, you're going to have to burrow them like I'm doing here, so that my Hydralisks at low health aren't going to get finished off and killed by the Void Rays. So all in all, I did lose 1 Hydralisk by, not having good burrow micro there, but otherwise, that was what you're going to have to do to defeat that challenge. This next time, you have Mutalisks, Roaches, 2 Ultralisks, and again your Infester, against a group of Zealots, another group of Void Rays, and a small group of Stalkers. So what I'm going to do is we'll be taking my Mutalisks over to hit the Void Rays, as they are the only units that can attack air. My 2 Ultralisks to kill these 9 Stalkers, and all of my Roaches to kill these Zealots. And I try to do the infested Terran trick one more time, but I realized that you have to use your infested Terran at the first section, and silly me, I used the infested Terran over here at the last section, the Ultralisks. And I end up putting my infester over to the Void Rays with my Mutalisks. So let's show you how I do these 3 sections. For the Roach against the Zealots, this is fairly easy, but you might need some good micro. What the Roaches can do is they can move while burrowed, and they have very, very high health regeneration underground. So you can first get some good hits off, kite them so the Zealots don't even get to hit you at all, and then if you can cut them all the way back to the back, and then once you get into a sticky situation, you can just burrow the Roaches underground. The Zealots will take a couple hits off your Spire, but they'll move away from your Roaches, and what you can do then is unburrow once again, and keep on hitting them and moving away. And so I have not lost a single Roach, and while they're underground, as you can see, his health is moving up very, very fast. I'm letting them look at the Spire while I move my Roaches away, and then I can pop up, kite them while moving, and if they get too close, and I'm a little worried, I can just burrow my Roaches again, and pop up, and there's pretty much nothing that the Zealots can do. So again, for this mission, and for this, to get the gold medal, you're going to have to use a burrow rather efficiently with your Roaches, with your Hydralisks, and I think later on in the next mission as well. So this challenge is I have my Mutalisks here against 5 Void Rays, and what I'm going to do is first pop out my Infested Terran to give me a little extra firepower, and then just focus fire the Void Rays down with my Mutalisks, and I'm just going to pull away my low health Mutalisks so they don't die to the Void Rays. I do accidentally let one die here, but I'm just going to pull them away so they don't get killed by the Void Ray fire, and that is going to let me not lose too many units. This final one is 2 Ultralisks against these 6 Stalkers, and I don't recommend doing what I do here, which is burrow, because they take a long time to unburrow. So don't do that, but it's fairly easy to simply just attack them. And what I'm going to do here is once this one gets to a low health, I'm going to burrow it so the Stalkers can no longer fire against it. And now they're all focusing fire against my higher health Ultralisk, so I can unburrow this one and then finish the Stalkers off with 2 Ultralisks and no losses. So all these burrow tricks you may be able to do online, but you have to watch out for players who micro their own units. And for this final round, there are a group of Stalkers and 2 Immortals, 4 Archons and a group of Zealots, and a group of 4 Carriers, and you have Roaches, Ultralisks, Corruptors, and Broodlords. So what I am going to do is I am bringing my 5 Broodlords over to this Stalker and Immortal group, and what the Broodlords can do is they attack with their Broodlings and spawn the Broodlings, and the Immortals and Stalkers won't even get to attack your Broodlords because they'll be busy with the Broodlings. Over here, I'm sending my Ultralisks and my Roaches, as well as the Infestor, and up top I'm using the Corruptors, and all you need to do with the Corruptors is focus fire down the Carriers, and maybe use your Corrupt ability. So anyhow, I'll show you what I will do in these 3 sections. In this one, I'm going to try and position my units in a specific manner to help me win the challenge more easily. I'm bringing my Roaches as well as my Infestor back to around here, and then I'm going to burrow them so that when the Zealots and Archons move forward to attack the Ultralisks, I can pop up my Roaches, and I'll bring my Infestor there, and I can pop up my Infestor, I can mind control an Archon, and then I'll be able to surround the opposing Zealot and Archon forces, as you'll be able to see in just a minute when we get to that section. So here we go with the Broodlords, and they're attacking the Stalkers. As you can see, I can just hit them and then turn around and back off, and then all the Stalkers and Immortals cannot even advance at all as they were too busy attacking the Broodlings. And I can just wait and easily finish off any opposition that I have. The Broodlords, very, very effective units, also in multiplayer, but you have to watch out if you're playing a multiplayer games. These Stalkers might be able to blink past your Broodlings and focus down your Broodlords. The second section, probably the hardest one of the third round. You have the 4 Ultralisks, and I have my Roaches and my Infestor here. The Archons and Zealots waltz right past the Roaches, and my Ultras start hitting them. I pop up my Roaches, I mind control one of the Archons, and then again I just burrow my low health Roaches so I don't have any more losses, as well as my low health Ultralisk. Unfortunately I have some silly miss micro, and I end up telling one of my Ultralisks to attack the other one. But to finish this off, all you have to do is friendly fire that one Archon you mind controlled earlier on. Finally, your Corruptors against the Carriers, all you have to do is one by one corrupt these use Corruption on the Carriers, which will make them take extra damage, and then focus fire each individual carrier down. And again, just like the Mutalisk one, what you can do is you can pull away any low health Corruptors you have so they don't get hit by the Interceptors. And then, once that is done, you will have hopefully less than 10 units lost. You'll be able to get gold, and you will have done the For the Swarm challenge. You will have achieved 3 achievements. And, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun making it, and I hope that you can all take a good look at all the challenges to help you get into the multiplayer of StarCraft 2.